happy day. Hope you all are doing well. So, this week, let me begin the class directly. Only few things to say, because these days, only one thing I've got to say: take care of your health, drink warm water, add turmeric to it, and gargle with hot water. This is the thing, everybody they are saying that. And if possible, stay at home. Don't try to simply go out. Only if it is needed, you go out. That is the only thing that I can say this week. So let us go back to what I have done in the previous class. So this week, let me have a recap of what I have done in the previous class. Same like that. First question, yes, Shinsia, what do you mean by atmospheric pressure?
The weight of the air exerted on Earth's surface and the atmospheric pressure is recorded in the units like millibar and hectopascal. It is measured using the instrument called a mercury barometer. The average weight of the air exerted on Earth's surface is 1038 mg per centimeter square.
Yes, Shinsia, you are right. But you have made a small mistake there. The average weight of atmospheric pressure, you said, it is 1038 milligram. It's not 1038, my dear. It is 1034 milligram. Very good. One more point you can say, that is the level of mercury of the normal average atmosphere pressure is 76 centimeter, and at that normal temperature, at that particular temperature, the atmospheric pressure will be 1030.2 hectopascal or millibar. This is what the thing. Very good. Now, my next question is, Dia, can you tell me what are the factors influencing atmospheric pressure?
Altitude, temperature and humidity.
Very good. Keep it up. You're 100% correct. Very good. Yes. Now, let us go to the next question. Srihari, can you tell me what is the relationship between atmospheric pressure and temperature? That is, what is the relationship between atmospheric pressure and temperature? As well as what is the relationship of atmospheric pressure and altitude?
On heating, air expands and rises up, which decrease the atmospheric pressure. On cooling, the air gets denser and lowers, which increase the atmospheric pressure. With every 10 meter of altitude, 1 millibar of atmospheric pressure decreases.
Yes, you are right, Shruti. Atmospheric pressure and temperature, what you have said is perfect. Now, what is the relation between atmospheric pressure and altitude? What you said, it is correct. One more point you can say. What is that point? What is the reason for when you go to a higher altitude, what will happen? Why is that low pressure is felt? Yes, when at a higher altitude, the low pressure is felt because the air becomes thinner and thinner. There is rarefication of air. So, one more point you have to keep in mind, that is, as you go higher and higher and higher, the air becomes thinner and thinner. It's very good. Last question. Vaishnavi, can you tell me what is the relationship between humidity and atmospheric pressure?
When humidity becomes more, pressure will be less.
Yes, you are right. So what is the reason? Vaishnavi says humidity, when humidity is more, low pressure is well. Perfect. Now you know the reason also, because water vapor is lighter than air. And if the amount of water vapor is more than 1 unit of atmosphere, that is, if the amount of water vapor is more than the volume of air, then pressure is felt. That is, if the amount of water vapor is more than the volume of air, then low pressure is felt. So, very good. So, my dear children, don't feel sad. Every one of you will be getting chance to answer the questions. So, get ready and be prepared. So, the next topic that we can deal today is global pressure belt. So, what is this global pressure belt? Earth experiences same atmospheric pressure between certain latitudes. That is, Earth will be experiencing same atmospheric pressure between certain latitudes. That means northern hemisphere low pressure ആണെങ്കിൽ southern hemisphere ആ latitude low pressure ആയിരിക്കും. So Earth will be experiencing same atmospheric pressure between certain latitudes. And these latitudinal zones are called as global pressure belts. So this latitudinal or these latitudinal zones are called as global pressure belts. So now let us have a look at this global pressure belts. Between the first global pressure belt is between 5 degree. That is, the first global pressure belt is equatorial low pressure belt. The first pressure belt is equatorial low pressure belt. When I say equatorial low pressure belt, what is this? One thing you know is equatorial. What is the pressure there? Low pressure. When will you say that particular? When will you say that pressure is low? That is, when temperature is more, low pressure is felt. That means the sun's rays fall vertically over to the equator. So what is going to happen? The air gets heated. The air gets heated. When the air gets heated, what will happen? It expands. When it expands, it rises up vertically. So what pressure is felt? The low pressure is felt. So what is the pressure over there? Low pressure is felt. So first pressure belt is equatorial low pressure belt. What is the latitudinal zone? That is between 5 degree. You will be seeing this belt. And the sun's rays fall vertically over to the equator. So temperature will be very, very high. That is, the air gets heated, it expands. So what is the pressure? Since the temperature is very high, low pressure is felt. Now, the thing is, this is the zone where there is no wind at all. കാറ്റ് പറഞ്ഞൊരു സാധനമില്ല. കാരണം temperature കൂടുതലാണ്, the air gets heated and it rises up vertically. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഭാഗത്ത് കാറ്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞൊരു സാധനമില്ല. That is why this zone is called as doldrum. ഈ സോണിനെ എന്താണ് നമ്മൾ പറയുക? ഏത് സോണിനെ? Equatorial low pressure belt. That is 5 degree north and south. ഈ ഒരു equatorial zone നമ്മൾ എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നു? Doldrum എന്നാണ് പറയുക. What is meant by doldrum? That means the zone which has got no wind at all. This zone has got no wind at all. That's why it is called as doldrum. So the first pressure belt is equatorial low pressure belt. അപ്പോൾ എവിടെയാണ് എന്താണ് latitudinal extent? Between 5 degree north and south. അടുത്തത് എന്താണ്? Why it is called as low pressure? The sun's rays fall vertically over to the equator. So the air gets heated, it expands and rises up. So what is the pressure? Low pressure is felt. And this is the zone where there is no wind at all. That is why this zone is called as doldrum. Now, this was a nightmare. This zone was a nightmare for ancient mariners എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. എന്താണ് ഈ നൈറ്റ്മെയർ? പേടി സ്വപ്നമായിരുന്നു. കാരണം കാറ്റില്ലാത്തൊരു ഏരിയ സോൺ ആകുമ്പോൾ മറൈനേഴ്സ് ഷിപ്പിലൂടെ പോണവർക്ക് ഇതൊരു പേടി സ്വപ്നമായിട്ടുള്ളൊരു സോണായിരുന്നു. This is what is equatorial low pressure belt. 5 degree north and south latitudes. High temperature. Sun's rays fall vertically throughout the year. That's why low pressure is felt. Feeble winds. What is the meaning of feeble? Winds are weak here. Thus, it is also called as doldrum. What is doldrum? The zone with no winds. The second pressure belt is in the 30-degree north and 30-degree south. You will find subtropical high pressure belt. Subtropical high pressure belt. Now what happens? From the equatorial low pressure, the hot air rises up. Shraddhikya, the hot air rises up. എന്നിട്ട് എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കും? റൈസ് ആയതിനു ശേഷം കുറച്ച് ഹൈറ്റിൽ പോകുന്ന സമയത്ത് അത് കൂളാവും. കൂളായതിനു ശേഷം rotation of the earth കാരണം where it will come and subside, it will come and settle on subtropical zone. That is, the hot air from the equatorial low pressure will be rising up, and what will happen after rising up? ഒരു ഹൈറ്റിൽ പോകുന്ന സമയത്ത് it cools, and once it cools due to the rotation of the earth, it will be subsiding. Where? It will be settling in the subtropical zone. That is why this belt or this zone is called as high pressure belt. So this subtropical high pressure belt is found between 30-degree north and 30-degree south. 30-degree north and 30-degree south, we find the subtropical high pressure belt. And this zone, this particular latitude or this particular subtropical high pressure belt, this zone ne Hawes latitude ennu kuda parayarundi. What is the reason? What do you think can be the reason? The reason is it is said like this. That is, what ancient പണ്ട് കാലത്ത് travelers they used to carry horses, Arabian horses ഈ ഷിപ്പിലൂടെയാണ് ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്തായിരുന്നു. They used to carry the ships. And the air, കാറ്റ്, winds were very weak, feeble winds. Winds already നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. That is, ഈ സോണിലൂടെ യാത്ര ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കാറ്റ് ശക്തിയില്ലാത്ത, means the winds were very weak. കാറ്റിന് ശക്തിയില്ല. So when the winds were very weak, ഷിപ്പ് പോവാൻ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായിരുന്നു. That means for the ships to go further, നീങ്ങാൻ ഭയങ്കരമായിട്ട് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ എന്തുകൊണ്ടായിരിക്കും? കാറ്റിന് ശക്തിയില്ലാത്തതുകൊണ്ട് ഷിപ്സിന് ബുദ്ധിമുട്ട്. അപ്പൊ ഷിപ്പിൽ മുഴുവൻ ഹോഴ്സസ് ആയിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് സെഡ് ദാറ്റ് വാട്ട് ദീസ് പീപ്പിൾ യൂസ് ടു ഡു ഈസ്, ഈ സോണിൽ എത്തുന്ന സമയത്ത് അവർ ഈ കുതിരകളെ എടുത്ത് they used to drop these horses into the ocean. Why? What is the reason? To reduce the weight of the ship. That is to make to make their journey little more comfortable. അതാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. This zone is also called as Hawes latitude എന്നാണ് പറയപ്പെടുന്നത്. So what is subtropical high pressure belt? It is found between 30-degree north and 30-degree south, and hot air from the equatorial low pressure rises up, cools and subsides in the subtropical high pressure due to rotation of the earth. Subtropical high pressure, 30-degree north and south, hot air from the equatorial low pressure cools gradually and subsides here due to rotation of earth. So high pressure is felt. Next, the third pressure belt is subpolar low pressure belt between 60-degree north and 60-degree south. Now it's very clear, when you look at the figure, it's very clear, it is very close to the poles. That is, North Pole, South Pole, വളരെ close ആണ്. പോളിന്റെ അടുത്ത് വളരെ close ആണ്. ഉറപ്പാണ് ഇവിടെ തണുപ്പ് കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും. As it is very close to the pole, സംശയമില്ല തണുപ്പായിരിക്കണം ഇവിടെ, തണുപ്പുണ്ടാവണം. Then, why do you think, ഇത് ഞാൻ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ചോദിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആണ്. See, I used to ask this question in the class. In front of me, when children are there, I used to ask the question. Poles, since it is this particular zone, subpolar pressure belt, poles in the അടുത്താണ്. Then how come this particular pressure belt is low pressure? That's a big question. Can anyone tell? Any idea? Let me clear your doubt. No, since nobody has come out with the answer, let me see. Maybe next time you will have a clear idea. Already I have said the earth is rotating. The earth is rotating. Now what happens is, since it is very close to the pole, cold air is there. Cold air is there. But what happens due to the rotation of the earth? തണുത്ത കാറ്റ് ഇവിടെ cold air ഇവിടെ വരുന്ന സമയത്ത് it is thrown up due to rotation of the earth. തണുത്ത കാറ്റ് വേറെ ഒരു ഭാഗത്തേക്ക് പോകുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ചൂടായ കാറ്റ് ഇവിടെ നിൽക്കുന്നു. That is why low pressure is felt. So what happens? That is why subpolar low pressure. So what will happen? Now I think you will answer this question. In case if the earth wouldn't have rotated, what would have been the pressure belt? What do you think the pressure would have been there? Would it be low pressure or high pressure? Yes, my dear kids, you are 100% correct. It would be high pressure. Due to the rotation of the earth, it is low pressure. So, since it is very close to the poles, cold air is there, but due to rotation of the earth, cold air is thrown up and hot air remains there, leading to low pressure. Subpolar low pressure, 60° north and south latitudes. As the zone is close to the pole, the air is colder here. The cold air is thrown up or thrown away due to rotation of earth. So, low pressure is felt. The fourth pressure belt, polar high pressure, 90° north, 90° south. This I think you need no explanation. Reason is, throughout the year the zone remains cold. This zone remains cold and chilled throughout the year. So what happens? What pressure is felt? High pressure is felt. That is the reason this particular zone remains high pressure, or high pressure is felt throughout the year. That is 90° north and south. Throughout the year, this particular zone is cold and chilled. That's why high pressure is felt. Clear? Understood? Polar high pressure, 90° north and south latitudes. Severe cold throughout the year, so high pressure is felt. What are the reasons for the formation of pressure belt? There are two reasons for the formation of pressure belt. Question, is that clear? Answer the question. What are the reasons for the formation of pressure belt? So there are two reasons for the formation of pressure belt. First one is, what do you think can be the first reason? That is rotation of the earth. What is the first reason? The first reason is pressure belts are formed due to the rotation of earth. Analo, rotation of the earth karanamana low pressure, high pressure avandavade, low pressure avandavade, low pressure avandavade, high pressure avandavade. Second one, amount of the sunshine received. According to the energy received by the sun, we feel that is high pressure or low pressure is felt. That is, for example, equatorial region സൂര്യന്റെ പ്രകാശം കൂടുതൽ കിട്ടുന്നു, അതുകൊണ്ട് low pressure feel ആവും. Polar region സൂര്യന്റെ പ്രകാശം കുറവ് കിട്ടുന്നു, അവിടെ high pressure. So according to the variations in the amount of sunshine received, the pressure is felt. The pressure belt will be shifting according to the apparent movement of the sun. Are you getting it? The pressure belt will be shifting according to the apparent movement of the sun. So if the sun's movement is towards the north, the pressure belt will be shifting towards the north. If the sun's progression is towards the south, the pressure belt will be shifting towards the south. So with this, I conclude this global pressure belt. In the next class, we will be studying atmospheric pressure and winds. Is that okay? Now children, before I conclude, one of the student, that particular child has a doubt. What happened to the horses? What happened to that horse? They have just dropped the horse in the ocean, that's all. What is the reason behind it? They wanted their journey to be comfortable. Naturally, if the winds are not strong, the ship, it would be difficult for the ships to move. So hope my children are free from doubts now. So with this, let me wind up the class. So once again, dear ones, take care of your health, have proper food, drink water, that is warm water. Everywhere nowadays we are seeing the message, even health magazines, everywhere they are saying warm water has to be taken. So avoid all cold foods. So drink warm water, turmeric, salt, gargle every day, and stay home, stay safe. See you in the next class. Until then, bye.